So everyone's now relying on some kind of AI persona, be it a headshot, an avatar, or someone writing your content. Yet, to some, that is just scandalous. So, we are going to be speaking about the use of technology and where is the line between authenticity and automation and what role each one represents. So, we have, of course, with us today our Zen Master of Automation and AI, Dortha Hise, coming to us from good old, hopefully sunny Cali. And
It's not
I
sunny.
am Carolina Billings into publishing all things media and visibility. And I am in the sunny and warm and coastal Greater Toronto area, none of the above. So it's like we take one step forward at trying to get into spring, never mind out of winter, just like into spring. And then we take like 3 steps back. So
Yeah.
I've stopped, I stopped judging it. So headshots. Let's start with well, AI is here. Well, it's not here to stay. It's just is here, people. It's not going anywhere. And it's funny because you and I believe in automation, we believe in productivity, we believe in innovation. And as a solo entrepreneur, as a content creator or a freelancer, the more you can do with less, the better it is.
Yeah.
Yet, some people have a funny reaction on both sides of the equation, right?
Yep.
Um, so let's talk about some of the most common use of AI by SMEs, by subject matter experts. We're not talking big, big budget, because anyways, if you don't realize most of big budget is make believe, then I don't know. I hate to break that to you. But for your regular subject matter, thought leader, content creator, um, what what's going on with using AI images and headshot? Images is one thing,
Hmm.
headshots is another.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
speak headshots.
Okay. So I think there's a wide, like you said, there's a wide variety of belief systems out there about using them. For someone like myself and someone like you who's embracing this technology, we're leaning into it and we're saying, yeah,
Sure.
let's play with what's there and see what happens. And it's funny to see some of those comments come in that are like, is that really you? And it's like, well, yeah, it's like based on my likeness, right? And so that's that
Ooh, that's
fine
a good
line
answer. Yeah.
because it's true. And, like I've seen some of yours where you're like, they're a little bit to the side and like it looks very much like you. And it's like, wait, did she take that? And they're getting so good, right?
Is
Like,
she or isn't she? Only her
yes.
hairdresser knows. It's a
Exactly.
Maybelline moment. Oh, was it a mascara? I forget what the commercial
Oh,
was.
maybe
I
it's
am
both.
totally dating myself. I'm like a good decade older than Dortha, if you can believe that. So not
We're
quite,
both in our 20s.
not quite, but almost there. Yeah. Well, it's interesting you say that because the AI headshots, and you and I publish. Okay, first of all, we're not content creators. We create content as part of thought leadership,
Yep.
but we're not like full-time content creators. Neither are all of the mentor experts that are affiliated with Powerful Women Today and PWT Global, right?
Hmm.
That's kind of why we collaborate. That's kind of the
Yeah.
point of it, is because these are clinicians and practitioners and professional corporations that do not have time to be creating, I know, to building an audience, to creating all of these things, right? Because even if you have an AI, a virtual assistant, or some kind of social media, you can't, delegate by abdication, right? Is
No matter how
in
hard they try.
Correct. So the whole point, trust me, we've tried. The whole point of PWT Global is the aggregate, right? Is us coming together in creating one point of distribution. magazines, podcasts, events, books, and it just makes it easier and is quite a successful way to gain a following and to gain visibility. So
Right.
I have an entire doctoral dissertation on it. So it's quite the passion. But that being said, how many magazines at the beginning, how many magazines did we have to publish with a single same headshot of the person, right? This is like
Yeah.
before AI. This is
Mhm.
like 5 years, like circa, I don't know, 1200 BC, that we were publishing our magazines, and all we had is a headshot, a professional headshot, and we just kept like changing the color, changing the background. Like, how much can we squeeze out of this one headshot, right? And now that we have the technology to take that headshot and create different poses, notice that we're not creating a new image. We're taking an existing headshot, a human headshot,
Yep.
and we're saying, can you do different poses on this image, please? And
Yep.
AI does exactly that. Now it's gotten better,
Mhm.
right? In fact, Facetune now even has a feature that you can age yourself accordingly. And the hilarity of it is that it gives you age brackets. So I'm like, okay, try me at 40, try me at 50, try me at 60. I'm telling you, it's like there's got to be some old dude that's programming these things, because women don't look like that at 40, 50, and 60. Okay. Like everybody's looking younger.
They
So
need to tweak something in there.
correct. So the whole premise of headshots is, yes, you can go nuts. Like there's times that I will upload an image in of myself from one of our videos. And by the way, if you think that we're, what was it, catcalling? What is the phrase? Cat. There's some cat involved. Cat.
Catcalling, yeah, that would be a thing.
Is it cat calling?
Mhm.
You know
Maybe.
when people put like fake or super old pictures
Oh,
on their dating.
catfish
Cat what?
catfishing, yeah? Where you have a different image and then, like,
Oh,
you're
okay,
it's a
so
whole thing.
people think that we're catfishing, which I have questions on
So
how do you
many.
fish a cat. Anyways, the question is, like, if somebody thinks that that's what we're doing, come on. Like, we show up
Mm-mm.
in person how many
That's right.
times during the week? So if you
That's
want
right.
to go check, cross-reference, because I had one of our colleagues, a joint venture, say, "Oh, come on, that's not you." I'm like, you kidding
It's
me? Like I
totally me.
literally took a frame from our last recording and said, "Can you do a couple of different poses?" Because he happened to be having a good hair day, right? And she's
Gotta
like, "No way."
maximize.
So I had to show her. It's like, here's the video, here's the AI headshot,
Yep.
please. Right? And I was like, oh, okay.
And I think the one, like, through line, if you will, like, just to bring this into all seriousness, like, I think AI is absolutely to amplify our visibility, but
Mhm.
not erase our humanity.
Correct. Correct. Now there's some in just like selfies, like anybody that's used
Mhm.
a selfie professionally, or for that matter, you may have to take like 50 shots before you
At
find the
least.
one, right? Like one that is like under the right, whatever, right? And it's the same with AI generated headshots. You put in
Mhm.
your original headshot, which it helps if it's a good one, right?
Mhm.
And then you create different poses, but some are going to come back like, come on, that
Yeah.
that doesn't even look alike.
Or, like, extra fingers or something. Like,
Well, I think it's gotten a little bit better. I think it has a problem with teeth. Like if you're smiling, it cannot quite replicate the proper teeth line. It's,
yes.
yeah, you look
It's
like,
yeah.
I don't know, you marry your cousin or something like that. It's quite disturbing.
We have
But
questions.
we have family tree questions on some of those pictures, but that's where the discernment comes in,
That's right.
right? That's where, because some are like quite sophisticated. Some, you can have, especially for professional headshots, different setbacks. And for magazine publishing, like I've seen some of your images, like and I don't even know if they're real or not, because I know your lifestyle, And
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty amazing shots that are like the original shot.
Yeah.
But like you, like in the middle of a sunflower, there was one is you by a tractor, I think, in the
Oh
middle
yeah,
of a
that's real.
field.
That's for real, for real. Yeah,
Was
that
that
was just
so?
like a month
So
ago.
that's okay. When I saw it, I'm like, what kind of prompt did you have to use to end up
Yeah,
with a
actually,
tractor?
it's
And
this photo right here.
okay, yes. Oh, your dolphin to show there for a second.
And my dolphin, yes.
Your dolphin is showing. Um, so, but there you go. Like, is there's such a blurriness of it. And
Yeah.
the reality is that anybody that has had professional headshots done, like live in person,
Yep.
come the photographer, right?
Mm-hmm.
They all get touched
Yeah,
before they give them to you, because if
that's
they
right.
don't, you're going to give them back and go, well, this doesn't look professional,
Right?
right?
Yep.
So how is that an issue with AI? So I personally don't have an issue with AI generated poses,
Mm-hmm.
simply because of the practicality and the cost. Because I cannot have
Yeah.
a photographer, like every
At a
second
whim.
week. It will correct, right? Like a weekly, photo shoot. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously what people may think I think, that's not my life, right? Is sheer practicality, and context matters,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Is it going to be your best, like under the best lighting, the best angle? Like, is it going to be like an excellent shot? Well, yeah, that's kind of, I want to
Kind
use
of the
AI to
point.
make me look like crap. Like, that kind of would not be the point. So,
Right?
if having an issue with AI headshots, as long as it's not deceiving,
Yeah.
as long as it's not, this is in my opinion. It's not like I'm
Mm-hmm.
writing the rules here, right? If you're not using, AI to generate pictures of you in in an Italian, like pretending you're on vacation, or or with luxury goods, or in a luxury setting, like, unless there's not an intent to mislead, right? I think it's just I don't even want to say a trick of the trade, but I guess it is a trick of the trade, opposite to
Yeah.
having the same headshot over and over and over, to the point that people don't even look at it anymore.
Yeah, they just go right past it. I mean, I think that they're incredibly useful. Like you said,
Mhm,
they help with the accessibility and affordability factor, and
mhm.
also speed, right? Like if we're looking to update or do some kind of a little campaign and like submitting an article for the magazine,
Well, we
right?
have
That's
a thoughtful I have a thoughtful Thursday series, right? That I
mm-hmm.
try to put one of those AI headshots,
Yeah.
right? Actually, some are real. Like,
Yeah.
I'll find
Yeah.
somewhere from the original
Kind of like this
professional
image.
headshot.
It's actual real.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And then, then there's a whole shoot that comes, out of it
Yeah,
through different apps. And AI is getting better. Like, it is
it
getting
is.
better, and it is getting more affordable.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if we take a vote, it's like, if you get offended by it, it tells me more about your thoughts or your mindset than
Mm.
anybody else, right?
And I also think like our audiences aren't craving perfection, right? They want something that they can resonate with. And I
Mhm.
think that's where you're talking about that line of making sure it's authentic and you're not like, "Oh, just generate me in that Italian villa," for example, or driving a fill in the blank car, whatever it is, making sure that you're sticking to your who you are at your core so that
Yeah,
that comes through in your images when you're creating them.
that is, yeah. So I think, and you know what? At the end of the day, be and let be. Like, if someone is not causing any harm, and they're
Mhm.
really just trying to promote their business, they're just trying to create a brand, they're just trying to entertain,
Yep.
they're trying to make, like, think about it. Because I've seen some of the comments, both on you and on mine. Like, some of my comments come a little disguised, like, "Oh my, you're looking fabulous." It's like, okay, yeah, whatever. Good
Yeah.
for you, right? You're not a client, nor a desired, demographic. So it's like, okay, bye bye, right?
Yeah.
And but I don't understand the intent. So here is here are people like you and me and a bunch of content creators who are using technology to deliver a positive message, and that's what you get hung up on. I don't understand it, right?
No. Yeah.
Okay,
If you're out there and you're among these dissenters who like we're calling dissenters, we would love to hear from you because it's like we're all about healthy debate and a good conversation around this. So like help us
yeah.
understand.
You tell me something. If I put on a
Yeah.
wig and I put on, plastic surgery, put on plastic surgery, if I do plastic surgery, put on fake eyelashes, do, injections everywhere, and then
How's it different?
then take a selfie and then put it up. Is that any more real than as a headshot shoot from an original image? Like where is the line, right? And
Yeah.
why does it matter? Like
Yeah.
seriously, right?
Why are panties in bunches over that? Yeah. It's a good question. I said
Okay.
it. I was
Oh,
thinking it. I said
that's
it.
I usually say knickers in a knot, but
Yes,
panties in
that
bunches also works.
it's what happens when you have Canadian,
It's a
and
Cali
US.
Toronto fusion. So what
It
can I
is.
tell you? All right. So then, okay, so then I jumped on the critic side because I saw somebody who's also a content creator. Now we're speaking of avatars. Now
Mm,
it's not just a still image.
mhm.
Now is either an image of you, right, or really somebody impersonating you, like an AR version of you impersonating you, right? Where she was promoting, and she shall remain nameless because we'll protect the innocent. um she said, oh, I just created an avatar that's now going to create the next 50 episodes of my podcast for me, right? Okay, so then is it still you? Is the content being written by AI and the presentation is being done by AI? Is it still you, or is it still authentic to the brand?
Yeah. I think this is where it gets a little more blurry.
Right? Is
Mhm.
in I did it's not that I did take an issue with it. I thought it was misguided advice. Like if she wants to do it, hey, knock yourself out, right?
Sure.
But people pay for her to train them on podcast creation and
Mhm.
monetize and generates an audience through podcasting. And I think that would be bad brand advice,
Yeah, it seems to kind of
right?
cross a little bit of a line.
It's like
It's
selling a course that people, opt into a webinar or some kind of video content course that is being written by AI and is delivered by AI, not by you, right?
Mhm.
What are they really paying for?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and with so much AI content now, um, the faceless brand, because at that point
Y
it's a faceless brand,
right.
right? The faceless brand becomes suspicious, in my opinion, because
Mm,
who's behind it,
right.
right? there's
Can't
there's
yeah.
on LinkedIn, you see it all. There's a gentleman in India that I'm sure at some point he was real, called Neil Patel. And now it's such a humongous franchise, right? But it doesn't seem it doesn't come across like it's a franchise. It comes across that you're dealing with Neil Patel, and I could have the wrong name, and I'm just using it as an example. That is not really Neil Patel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah. And my question is, are we automating information or presence? Right?
oh, great question.
Right. Like when it comes into this realm, it's like, okay,
Mhm.
yeah, like how do we walk that? And again, like you said, if that's what you're doing, that's great for you. And where it feels like it crosses into that gray area is like you're
Yeah.
teaching people that this is the way to go. And maybe it is. I don't know because for me, it's not my lane. Um,
Yeah.
but it does feel like it's kind of automating out that presence piece, and, like, you don't get to experience me, and I don't get to experience you in that space, and I'm not saying if you purchase my course and you get some of my videos that you're not experiencing me, it's different, but when you're outsourcing that and having AI take over and generate new content, sure, maybe it's your script and maybe it's technically you, but then it becomes kinda weird.
Yeah. You know what? It was like the Coke Diet Coke. It was like the food and the diet version of it. And
Yeah,
everybody would taste the diet version of it and go, ooh, it tastes horrible. Realize, okay, you need to look at it as two complete different products.
yeah,
There's, Coke, Pepsi, pick your, pick your
right,
sugar that tastes one way, and the diet version is going to taste different because it's a
yeah,
complete different product.
yeah,
So don't pretend that one is the other. You know what I mean?
mhm,
And it's the same with full automation,
yeah,
opposite to a fusion or a hybrid,
yeah.
right? I don't know if I'm splitting hairs as I'm saying it, that it's okay for a still photo but not a video. I don't know. I don't know if I'm fooling myself, or there's some argument, because I you would think that the AI avatar is being created in your image. It's got to be an original source.
But I think it's that area that gets into, like, what if it does something nefarious?
Well, and the thing is exactly what you just said. What if someone captures your AI avatar and begins to
Mhm,
create content that is not you,
right. Quote,
right?
unquote, "Not you."
Quote unquote, not, well, yeah, quote unquote, not you. And can the same be said for the headshot photographs, right? Someone grabs it and begins to create it. Is it,
Mm,
although in
yeah,
Europe they're beginning to copyright likeness, right?
yeah,
It's just the persona in the likeness, same with voice in the likeness.
mhm,
But
interesting.
yeah, the thing with AI, because there was, I think it was Ben Affleck's, if I'm not, oh, I'm so up on my cultural references, I am frightening myself. No, it had to do with AI. So he apparently just sold a company for like $1 zillion because he created this studio, AI based studio, where the entire movie is done in that one room,
Mm,
right?
mhm,
So is no longer having to go on location or anything like that, right? Or even actors are creating digital replicas of like their body or something like that, so that in
yeah,
future movies it can be, it can be like, I don't know, like for sequels and stuff like that, because people change, right?
yeah,
So we live in a culture that, you could meet a celebrity on the street and not recognize them, because the
yeah,
version of them that on the
very
screen,
different.
and
Mhm,
correct, right? And so do we all, like, well, except gorgeous people like you that usually don't wear a lot of makeup. Well, but is that the definition of beauty, right? If you can wake
yeah,
up, go outside and no one's screaming, I think you're beautiful. Opposite to, you wake up and you need an hour before you can make it out to the grocery store or to the mailbox, right? Before, because
yeah.
otherwise you'll be frightening children, and catfishing throwbacks and
We put a
release.
we put a pin on that.
It becomes a catch and release. But anyways, yeah, so it's just so not such a clear cut. What I do take
Mm,
an issue 100% is in calling on making some less than helpful remark publicly,
agreed.
when someone is just trying to earn a living, trying to make a difference in your, that, why, I've
Yeah,
had people comment on it's mainly Facebook. I do find LinkedIn a little bit more civilized, a lot more
mhm,
civilized.
mhm.
But on Facebook, I've had situations where I think it was a woman that posted on the public board, stop notifying me when you do a post.
Unsubscribe.
Well, it goes to the
Unfollow.
add followers, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm not
Yeah.
notifying you, I'm notifying
Personally.
followers.
Yeah.
If you think that I'm waking up, looking you up, and making sure Mary Sunshine gets notified of these posts when there's like 6,000, which is not that big, it's a micro influencer account. There's
Yeah.
like 6,000 followers, right? Or connections, because it's a business. I'm not an influencer. I'm just a business person trying to make a living. Anyways, you know what I mean? Like, come
I
on,
do.
unfollow. Like,
Yeah.
unfriend, unfollow. I don't even know who you are.
That's right. That's right. Well, you remember you came to my aid on one of those a while
Oh,
back before the AI.
yes, I
And
did.
somebody
And
came for me and was like, "How come I keep seeing your posts?" And I'm like, "Stop liking it and it won't show up in your
like,
feed."
dude, just unfollow. It's
Yeah.
like really. Have you ever read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fluff? Okay.
Yes. So
And I
good.
recommend it to everyone because it teaches you that you should pick the number of fluffs given a day. So,
Yep.
okay, you will have 2 or 3 fluffs in a day. So anything you're about to become indignant, ask yourself, is this fluff worthy?
Is this worth one of my
I
fluffs?
only have 3
Your bucket
for
is
the
small.
day. So yeah, exactly. So like chill, like relax.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
okay. We agree on that. And on content creation, right? I was listening because I do consume copious amounts of social media because,
Yes.
you gotta read if you're writing, you gotta watch this, I guess, if you are a content creator.
Mhm.
And it said that content create like AI, right? Is AI making us dumber? Just like calculators did, right? Like after they
Yeah,
figured out nobody can do mental math.
it's
Not
true.
nobody, but most people. So is AI making us dumber? And the guy made a really assertive observation. He said, it depends in the order that you use it.
Hmm.
So if you do your own thought, um, architecture or schematic, right? Like this is what I want to write about. These are the points I want to hit. This is, like if you put in the bones
Mhm.
and you give it to AI and say, format it, find the citations, and then you got to, check it after, right? That's okay. It's still your brain. Your brain's still working. The problem is if you go straight to an AI agent, pick your name. They're all good, right? They're all good at something. Like
Yeah.
each one is good at something. And you say, write a paper on, on catfishing. And you're not telling it on what perspective, what mindset, what audience. Like if you're not guiding it
Yeah.
and you're just relying on the machine, yes, it'll make you dumber.
Yeah.
Or it might make you smarter, may make you appear smarter than you are,
On the surface, at least.
on the surface at least.
And I think it's also interesting to just say here to that point is that AI can increase the visibility, but it can also amplify noise.
Mm, mhm.
In that, like in what you were just saying about giving it the proper context and giving a really good prompt, right? We talked about this early on in the days when AI was first starting, and the content you put in is going to be what the result is that you get back, whether or not you put it out and people are like, "Oh, that really feels so authentic and sweet and deep and all the things," or, "Oh, that just sounds like another regurgitated AI piece of crap," right? Like there
Yeah.
are it goes to
Not
that
all AI
level.
is created equal,
That's
right?
right. Not
Yeah.
all prompts
So
are created equal.
I think avoiding it is a mistake.
Agreed.
I think not, and not avoiding it from a cultural, scarlet letter, but from a utilization and productivity is such
Yeah.
a powerful tool, right?
Yeah.
And people around me are always surprised how much I use it
Mhm.
for everyday things, right? Like,
Same.
they will ask me a question and I'm like, okay, ask AI.
Yeah.
Like, and ask it specifically. Like, I have a toaster of this make, this brand, right? Like, can you tell me, okay, maybe a toaster was a bad idea, but with things that are a little more complicated, like show
Yeah.
me in 3 easy steps how to transfer one website from one domain to another. right?
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
WordPress, on a cPanel. Like, is like
All of
use
that.
it as a
Mhm.
tool, right? Not
That's right.
not just as a god, really, right?
Yeah,
But
outsource
more
the task, not your brain.
Oh, I love it. That is so brilliant. Outsource the task, not your brain.
Mhm.
That's a great closing thought. And Dorothy and I are going to lean forward and we're going to let you take a look at us, left,
Oh, goodness.
right.
Mhm.
This is us.
Center.
Go compare our images. And you knock yourself out.
That's
So
right.
AI is a gift. It is the present. It is innovation, and it is, a tool to be leveraged for productivity, automation, success, and efficiency. Simple as that. So, on that note, thank you, Dortha,
Thank
and
you, Carolina.
see, I would have never pictured that picture to be real. So, kudos to you. I'm going to go write a testimonial on the pictures. Anyways, stay automated until next time.
Bye.